Hello and welcome to HT Auto. So Royal Enfield has a number of products in the lineup, and this right here is the Scram 411, which is the company's first product for 2022. Now the company says that this is a toned down version of Himalayan, and this is primarily targeted at the customers who want a more manageable and an easier motorcycle to ride. Now I have this bike for the entire day. I'm going to ride this motorcycle out. I'm going to hit the highways and some dirt tracks as well. So stay on for the next few minutes and I'll let you know what the Scram 411 is all about. So first things first, let's talk about what has changed on this motorcycle. So as you can see, there's a completely new front headlamp unit, a smaller front wheel. This is a 19-inch unit, while on the Himalayan you get 21-inch wheel. So with the use of new wheel, you get 20 mm less ground clearance. But apart from that, you have a completely new rider and pillion seat. This is a single seat and slightly more comfortable as well. Apart from that, you get a new meter console, repositioned handlebar, and you also have new and more conveniently placed rear grab handle as well. These differences contribute to give the Scram a different look and character. Though it might not look as intimidating as the donor model, but in its own ways, the Scram manages to look apart. Also, the company has used some bright colors to give the Scram a new identity, which gels well with its fun and unapologetic appeal. Unlike the Himalayan, the Scram gets quite a basic meter console. There is an analog speedometer which houses a small digital display inside. Also, the customers are free to opt for tripper navigation, which comes at an additional price. So the Scram basically gets the same 411cc single cylinder engine which is also found on the Himalayan, and this engine delivers 24.3 bhp of maximum power, which is backed up with 32 Nm of peak torque, and the engine comes mated to a 5-speed transmission. Now the company claims that they haven't made any change to the gearing as such, but they have tuned this engine to match the character of this motorcycle. While the engine has been tuned differently, the gearing is carried forward as is. Also, the half duplex split cradle frame from the Himalayan is used without any notable modifications. This has been implemented to give the Scram its siblings' proven adventure capabilities. So the Scram doesn't feel very different when you compare it with the Himalayan while you're sitting on the saddle, but you of course have a view of a new meter console, and there is also a repositioned handlebar which now sits lower and closer to the rider. Seat height is 795 mm, which is 5 mm less than the Himalayan, and of course you have mid-set foot peg position as well. Tap the starter on and the Scram breathes to life with a familiar soundtrack. However, the experience once you twist the throttle is a bit different. Lighter weight on the bike is evident from the word go, but the engine pulls differently. While the Himalayan has a punchy low end, the Scram feels rather linear. You have to give the throttle a good twist for torque to kick in, but keep it pinned and the bike jumps to high speeds in no time. The best I could manage on open highways was 120 km per hour, and that's slightly lesser than its donor model. The Scram feels at home in dirt thanks to its credible suspension setup. While the front gets a 41 mm fork with 190 mm travel, the rear rides on monoshock unit. The use of smaller front wheel has reduced the ground clearance to 200 mm, but even this is not less by any standards. All you have to do is stand up on the bike and gas up on undulations, and the Scram simply glides over everything that you can throw at it. Smaller front wheel makes it more planted around corners. However, fast highway speeds is not the forte of Scram, as it tends to wobble a bit at triple-digit speeds. So the previous speculations that Scram is going to be a better highway tourer than Himalayan may not be true after all.
So the company says that it is an easier to ride version of the Himalayan, and it indeed is. It is for those people who wish to upgrade to the world of adventure motorcycling but think that something like Himalayan might be too much to handle. In short, it is fully capable of handling everything that you can probably throw at it, but at the same time, it will prove out to be a comfortable companion for your daily ride as well. That's all in the show today. It's goodbye for now, and as always, ride safe.